Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to the big show on TWB. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Monday, February the 8th, 2021. Another fun day in the middle of the winter here in Creston, British Columbia, where I'm hanging out. Not too bad. We had a beautiful sunny day today, and we got up to 30. Tomorrow we're going to get up to about 24. The day after we're getting up to about 12. So we're getting a little cooler. There's this front moving in that's kind of sliding down here. I think some of you in the US are already facing it now. And I know just east of here in Calgary, where my daughter hangs out, I think the high today was maybe 0 Fahrenheit, +4. Not pretty. Unbelievable. Thank you, though, for being here, joining me as usual for the Monday night 8 o'clock show. I'm telling you right now, this show's a little different than most shows because tonight we are going to play A Few Good Men. We're going to play the little game called A Few Good Men. The truth. You can't handle the truth. I want the truth because I can handle the truth from you guys. I've got a series of questions for you guys, and I want your truthful answers to these questions about cruising, and I want you to comply with the court order. You need me on that mall. You want me on that wall. Oh, I love that movie. Jack Nicholson, that was something else. Love that movie. Thank you, Tom Cruise, as well. Great to see you guys. Gotta tell you, just as a personal note, and just for those of you who are regulars here, you might not have noticed that in the last 10 days, the channel, Traveling with Bruce, has added over 1,100 new subscribers to this channel. And I can tell you right now, they're all coming from the other channel I have, Stock Markets with Bruce. There are 50 odd, almost 50,000 subscribers over there already. Unbelievable. A bunch of them have been taking me up on my offer. I've been saying to them, hey, why don't you check out Traveling with Bruce? I love talking about cruise ships. I got some great people over there. And if you want, come on over and join me on the live show. We love talking about traveling, and it's a good group. 1,100 so far have subscribed. I haven't seen the volume that my channel is doing right now in months. It's been so depressingly quiet with all of the depressing news about the vaccine and rollout and the virus and no cruising and, sad times, right? Anyway, the number one video on this channel right now is a video I made 3 months or 4 months after I started my channel. 3 months. I started my channel August 2017 is when I started Traveling with Bruce with no subscribers, no videos, and no experience. And in November, 3 months later, I made a video about living in the Cayman Islands, where Jennifer and I, and at the time our 10-year-old daughter, moved to, because I had a work contract as an offshore asset manager, and I thought I would make a video about what it's like living there full time. Well, wouldn't you know it, that video is the number one video on my channel. It is one of the oldest videos I've ever made, and it's basic. I mean, I think I make much better videos now. But that video, I think I was using my cell phone and I was holding it in front of me, talking to it, and I would switch hands because my hands would get tired, and then I would edit it with photos over top of that so you wouldn't see me just like that all the time. It was basic, but that video is doing 500 to 600 views every hour on the channel. So it's not the 1,100 that are watching it. This video was watched by a bunch of the 1,100 new subscribers and many others who checked out the channel but didn't subscribe. But that video has gone viral in a little mini kind of YouTube way. It's caught legs, and it's being recommended to all kinds of YouTubers who've never heard of me before, and anyone that has an interest in getting away to the Cayman Islands someday. It's my number one video. I cannot believe it. It's awesome sauce. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for being here tonight with me. Thank you all of you who are subscribers to this channel, who give me thumbs ups for these shows, my videos. Those who are sponsor members, oh my gosh, love you guys. Those of you who've been going to the RedBubble Store, picking up these items. By the way, the Stock Markets with Bruce people are picking these up. The actual TWB mugs. I love it. We just started some stock market mugs. We just got them on RedBubble. We'll be adding more logos shortly. Thank you for those of you out there who've been making donations on the stock market channel and on here. Oh, you guys are as you know, you regulars, you know, you newbies, now you know. Very appreciative of all of you. All right. As far as news goes in the cruise business, what's new? The big story is still reverberating about Canada shutting down access to cruise ships to come into Canada to go to Alaska or to go to the Maritimes in Eastern Canada. And the shutdown isn't for 1 month or 2 months, 1 year from February this year to February next year. Canada has just took the Band-Aid and ripped it off, and it's over. No cruising into Canadian waters for any cruise ship for a year. None of this 30-day at a time crap, and we're canceling 1 month worth of cruises, and you can rebook with us for a cruise down the road. No, it's over. Nothing for Canada for a year. At least 50 cruise ships have nothing to do between April and October that we're going to be scheduled to do Alaska or Eastern Canada Maritimes. Those beautiful New England fall cruises that some of you have been on, no, none of those. Not through Canada anyway. So unfortunately, that's it. And a number of ships that would have come over from the UK would stop in Canada on the way to New York. Maybe can't stop in Canada. You just got to go right to New York. So anyway, there it is. Canada is off limits for a full year because in Canada, we are only at, small percentage of people inoculated with vaccines. We don't think it'll be done until the end of the year for Canada, the Canadian population. And there's no way we're going to allow 4,000 people from a cruise ship to come into Vancouver or Victoria without us being vaccinated first. We've got to be protected from any visitors coming in, but how many of the visitors are done? It's just a mess. It's just a mess. Other issues that are surfacing now, we're hearing more and more talk of cruise lines looking to cancel now into May and June. Again, the 30-day at a time, 60-day at a time game that's being played. The reality is, folks, I just don't see cruising out of North America or Europe in any real big way for the balance of this year. Maybe very late in the year, a handful of ships might work out, but I don't know how the cruise lines can get their crew to their ships with vaccinations and negative testing and quarantine rules. The CDC in the U.S. is going to be very stringent about allowing crew members into the Port of Miami, a ship with 2,200 crew, just to come in and pick up provisions and passengers and go and then come back and do it again. This is a big logistical nightmare the cruise lines are having. There's talk right now, believe it or not, out of Mexico that the Mexican authorities are talking about, they're trying to convince some of the European cruise lines to use Cozumel as a home port for ships. Cozumel has never been a home port for large cruise ships before. I don't think they have the infrastructure in place, at least certainly at the port that I've been to. I've been to Cozumel, gotten off the ship, walked down the pier, across the street to the mall over there, back. I don't know if they can handle the logistics of a ship with 4,000 passengers and 1,500 crew to have enough food to be delivered, because that food has to come from the mainland of Mexico over to Cozumel and then on trucks to the port, and then you have to have the forklifts to take it off the trucks and into the ship. Miami has got this down to a T. So does Port Canaveral. So does Fort Lauderdale, Port Everglades. They've got it down to a science. Miami can handle 25,000 passengers getting off ships and 25,000 passengers getting on ships in 10 hours and getting all the garbage off the ships and getting all the provisions on the ships at the same time and the luggage off and on. I don't know how Cozumel can handle even one ship a day. I don't know how they could do it. I could be wishful thinking. I don't know. But there's talk. The Mexicans would love to have a cruise start in Cozumel and then go out into the Caribbean waters for a couple of days, maybe go to Honduras or Belize and then come back. And then there's a 4, 5, 6, 7 day cruise. I wouldn't want to be on that ship. I don't know if I land in Cozumel, am I going to catch the virus from the locals there for my ordeal from the airport to the ship? What about if you can't land in Cozumel? You have to land in Cancun, and you go through all the customs and all the nonsense, and then you take a ferry ride over, a little ferry boat over, and God help you if it's a windy, wavy day, you're going to be sick as a dog on those things. I don't know. The logistics, I can't make it up. Anyway, there's talk. Anyway, that's what's being talked about right now on the cruise lines. Carnival released something the other day, last week, some kind of a new protocol for cruising, and then they withdrew it and apologized because they kind of let the cat out of the bag about how miserable it's going to be on a cruise ship when you can go cruising again. Because if you've read this thing, if you get the impression that you're going to go on a nice, relaxing cruise, you can forget about it. Masks everywhere, social distancing everywhere, officers watching passenger counts. Oh, yeah, I want to be on that? I don't think so. They did hint at possible occupancy restrictions, but they didn't mention it. Anyway, yeah, I'm not too keen on something like that. But that's just me. I'm an old guy, 65, and I want a relaxing cruise, and I want to enjoy my spa, and I want to enjoy my spa bath, and I want the steam bath. That could all be shut down. That might all not be allowed. Well, why am I going on a cruise then if I can't do what I really want to be doing on the cruise? That's the reason I'm going, is to unwind and enjoy all this stuff. This isn't going to happen. I'm not so keen on it. Anyway, folks, we shall see. Anyway, in the meantime, cheers to all of you around the world who join this humble YouTuber with his 2 channels and his wonderful subscribers. I now have, between the 2 channels, we have over 110,000 subscribers. This is crazy. Love it. Welcome aboard, all of you who are new. Those who've been here a while, haven't seen me in a while, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I've got questions for you people. I have got questions, and I want the truth. I can handle it. I can handle the truth. I want it, and I will ask you in just a minute a series of questions, and I want you to respond to me and let me know what your thoughts are on these questions. But in the meantime, Noah, hi, everybody. Before the show begins, and we'll be coming back for sure. How you doing, buddy? RG, traveling with Bruce. Hope all is well with you. Are you able to promote a new cruising channel that I came across? It's called Cruising on the High Seas. I can't promote anyone else's channel called Cruising on the High Seas. If I mention it, that's promoting it. I don't want to mention Cruising on the High Seas if I'm not promoting it, so I can't promote it. So I won't mention Cruising on the High Seas. I won't do it. Thank you very much, RG. Noah, you guys should really check out Chris Wong's vlogs. Chris Wong is great. I love Chris Wong. I've been trying to get Chris Wong on here as a guest to talk to me, to talk to you. He's an employee with Royal Caribbean. He worked in the casino department. He can't wait to go back. I really want to talk to him, what it's like on a ship, but he's afraid to talk to the world. Why? Because he's afraid of his employer. He's terrified of his employer. If he says what he feels, he says something wrong, he might never be allowed back on, and he won't come on the air. I would love to have him. He is a YouTuber who makes vlogs from his jobs. He worked on the Navigator of the Seas, main casino director. He hopes to get back soon. Yeah, he wants to go back to work badly wants to get back to work. I think what he should be doing is he should be doing YouTube as a full-time job, and he should be talking to all of his buddies that he's ever worked with and put them on the air, or make videos talking to his friends about all the hijinks on a cruise ship, and then promoting that on his vlog, on his YouTube channel. I think he'd get a ton of views. He'd make more money as a YouTuber than working on a cruise ship. But I know what he wants to do. He wants to get back to his buddies. He loved the life. He's a young guy. I get it. He's not married, no children. I get it. But then I'm 65 and I have a different angle of life than he does. I understand. It's all good. Cruising on the High Seas. Noah, did you check out Cruising on the High Seas? He's a new YouTuber. If you haven't, I recommend you should. I think these guys are trying to promote themselves on my channel. Do you notice that? Do you notice that they're not sending me a donation? Not even a super chat or a super sticker. They're just out and out promoting themselves blatantly on this channel for nothing. I mean, I'm a nice guy. I look at Noah here. I'm going to check out the channel after this show. Cruising on Hell. Okay, that's a great idea. That is blatant promotion. That's actually not allowed. But I'm in such a good mood. I'm easy going. They're struggling to get going. I hear you. Ken, hi, Bruce, and all from Saginaw, Michigan. The temperature is 14 degrees. Oh, my gosh. They're going to drop to 3 by the morning, 3 degrees. Gasoline increased increased 151 due to the high oil prices. Janet and Ken, welcome, guys. Love you, too. Thank you for being here tonight. AMG, I'm so happy and excited to be here. Sylvan Forrest, the man himself, thank you for being here. You made it. I'm so glad you're here. Those of us on the sponsor member show are wondering how you're doing. I'm so glad to see you here. I can now tell the gang you're here, you're alive, and you are with us, Sylvan. Blessings to you and everyone in your family. Jan, hi, Sylvan. I was hoping you would be here. Leonard, Cruising on the High Seas. What a great channel. There's a promotion. Max, hi, Bruce. Just curious why you're not personally invested in the stock market, especially given your knowledge. I assume you were a stockbroker in a past life. Max, thank you for being here. You're obviously a Stock Markets with Bruce follower, and I welcome you to this channel today. Nice to have you here. I do not invest in the stock market. I don't have any investments. Everything Jennifer and I have, everything we own, everything we are about is in our house and our vehicle, which is tired, our clothing, and we've looked after our daughter over the years, and we've traveled. And we've just done it that way. And now I am using all the experience that I've garnered over 45 years of being in the associated or affiliated or somehow knowledge of the investment business, and I'm just spewing it out there on Stock Markets with Bruce. And I'm so thrilled that we're almost at 50,000 subscribers. When we were a month ago at 1,200. It's amazing, the growth over there. And I'm so glad that you're here, and I hope you brought a bunch of your friends with you. Please subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up over here, too. I would love that. Thank you. Tim Bowman here from the other side. Still cold and getting colder in Seattle. Tim is a sponsor member. You can tell sponsor members because their names are highlighted in green with a little logo beside their name. These are the backbone of this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. These folks are paying $9.99 a month to be sponsor members. They get to join me twice a week, just with sponsor members only. And we do a hangout. We talk about whatever we want. And it's a fantastic family of supporters. I love you guys. Thank you, Tim. Leonard, you've mentioned. Jeannie, hello, Bruce and TWB fans. Another wonderful sponsor member here. Bill and Jeannie are here from East Tennessee. Love you guys. Thank you for coming back here. Don Massey. Now, this is a great viewer of my channel. Don Massey from Hamilton, Ontario. This man is a machine. I post something on my YouTube. I post something about my YouTube channel on the Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce. And Don shares it every time. Don, I love you, man. Thank you for that. If I had 20 Don Masseys on Facebook and on Reddit and on Twitter doing that, this channel would be triple the size in no time. Thank you, Dan, for your support of this channel. Jan is here. Hi, Jan, sponsor member. Smash that like button for Uncle Bruce. Jan is the official counter how many thumbs ups I get. She keeps track. And she knows if there's 140 people here and there's only 13 thumbs ups, there's something wrong, and she will mention it again and again. Please make Jan happy. And if you can spare a thumbs up, they're free to give away, and I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. Kirk Brunson, another sponsor member. Buddy, hi, Bruce and TW family. Kirk from the Big Apple is in the house, buddy. Welcome back. James Bainton. Hi, James. 12 below Celsius in Toronto. Still under stay-at-home orders for at least a few more weeks. Yes. Toronto is on full-blown lockdown for good reason. The virus there has been bad. James, you stay safe for me, buddy. Don't you get ill on me. Fantastic that you're here. Sylvan, beautiful shirt, Bruce. Oh, these are fantastic. I love it. Thank you for mentioning that. These are absolutely beautiful things. Johnny Fitzhume. Hello, Bruce. Hey, Johnny. How you doing, pal? Jen, what are you doing? What are you going to do with the info? What am I going to do with the info? Jen, what are you going to do with the info? She wants to know. What am I going to do with the info? Am I missing something? I can't remember. Tom Henry, another sponsor member. How you doing, buddy? Hi, everybody. Ron Clark, another sponsor member. Wow, sent a notice. Really. Leonard, hello. James, what do you think? What do you make of the talk about suspending the PVSA for Alaska? Also, Cancun potentially home porting. We talked about that. We did talk about that, and we went over that. And that's I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Anyway, Wes, welcome Sylvan, another sponsor member. Ron, yeah, we don't matter anymore. Ron, I sent a notification out first thing this morning. I did a notification. I don't know why you didn't get it, but it was been done. It's been done. Najima Brown. Hello, Bruce and TW family. Tom Henry. Hi, Sylvan. Welcome. Peter Heckham, another sponsor member. Congratulations. Both your channels are doing well. I think the GameStop situation might have done it. Well, we'll see. Those shares have really resisted falling much more in the last couple of days. The volumes are lower today. I'm kind of waiting for the short reports to come out. They should be out tonight or tomorrow. And we'll see if the company has some more announcements to make as they convert into a full-blown e-commerce company from a brick and mortar company. That transition is on, and I think that's going to be the future, and it'll be a good one for the company. Keith Hensley, how you doing, Keith? Good evening, Bruce. 44 degrees in Knoxville, Tennessee this evening. Gas $2.29 a gallon. Welcome, Keith, to the show. I wish I could pay $2.29. That's a good price. Julie Dahl, hello from Australia. Welcome, Julie. How you doing? Bo Bergeron, a hi from Orlando. Royal Caribbean in May from Port Canaveral. Fingers crossed. Not going to happen. I don't like your chances. Michelle, hey, Bruce. I hope you and your wife are safe and blessed. We are safe and blessed. We are safe here in Creston, British Columbia. We are blessed with some of the finest viewers YouTube's got. We got some of the best in the world watching us from all over, and we get a kick out of the reactions we get from people who follow us. We love it. Kate, hi, everybody. We decided to book a staycation here in Florida next month. We have an oceanfront villa booked so I can daydream about the next cruise. Good one. Good job. Well done. Excellent move. I wish I could join you, but we can't get out of town. Jen, Bruce, now that people have discovered remote working, you were the Mr. Jetson of the day. There you go. Right on. Nikki, hi, everybody. Greetings from Jacksonville, Florida. It's 61 degrees here now, but we're looking at 75 on Wednesday and 77 on Thursday. Beautiful weather. Way to go. Sharon is in the house, another sponsor member. How you doing, Sharon? Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late to the game. It's nice to have you here. Ron Clark. Yeah, Skagway is done. Bad news out of Alaska. Rebecca. Hello, Bruce. 41 degrees, 210 a gallon here in Lexington, North Carolina. Another wonderful sponsor member of my channel. Thank you, Rebecca. Julie Dahl is here. Kate PM. That's a great idea. No use putting life on hold. Last week, my life was saved from massive pulmonary embolism. Oh my gosh, count your lucky stars. I'm glad you're here, Julie. Sandy Robinson, good evening, Bruce and TW family. It is sunny and cool in LA. I hope everyone's having a great day. Stay as safe as you can in Los Angeles. Sandy, thank you for being here. Rebecca, Carnival just canceled our October 8th day cruise out of Virginia. Yeah, they're canceling a bunch of stuff for Virtual Coffee Lab. Hey, Bruce, Mike and Leanne from Grouse Point. We saw your expat Cayman Island video appearing on the recommended list on the YouTube homepage. Congrats on the growth from one YouTuber to another. Thank you so much. I have to thank the viewers of Stock Markets with Bruce, because I mentioned my other channel, and I mentioned to them that my #1 video is all about the Cayman Islands, and a bunch of them went over there and started watching it over the few days, and that kind of kick-started the thing, and it's just kind of going. It's amazing. I'm very happy about that. I'm just thrilled. Right now, there are 533 people have watched that video in the last hour, even though I'm live with you guys right now. It's just amazing. It's absolutely fabulous. So far, we have 91 thumbs ups for this live show. Thank you, all of you, for throwing a thumbs ups here. If you haven't done one yet and you can spare a thumbs up, I know they're free to give away, but sometimes people hang on to them. Please pass on a thumbs up for us. There we go, 92 now. I appreciate these. 96 now. We're going to hit 100. We're going to hit 100. Thank you, everybody. Let's get those thumbs ups going, because the more of those we get, the more this YouTube channel will be promoted by YouTube, and that just adds to the momentum of the show. I love it. Thank you, everybody. Julie, Bruce, why can't passengers stay in a bubble at Canada Place to protect everyone, but still satisfy the U.S. law? Well, Julie, I got to tell you, when a big old cruise ship with 4,000 people on it comes into town, the Vancouver merchants in downtown Vancouver, who are paying some of the highest business taxes known to mankind, they're just going, oh gosh, please let them come off the ship and let them buy a T-shirt or a bottle of that maple syrup we have, or anything, please, gosh. So just to allow you to do that only, That wouldn't go over very well politically. That's where the locals are going to go, oh yeah, you're going to let these fancy dancy rich cruisers come into town and they can just walk around Canada Place and not spend any money, and we have to spend all this money to upkeep this place, and then they're just going to leave. We got complainers like everybody else, and we got people that are really upset with the virus. We have people really upset with the government of Canada with the way we're handling it here. They hate cruise ships anyway. They love cruise ships anyway. We got it all, and it's just impossible for this to be pulled off. It's just not going to happen. And so the government of Canada just said, look, we're not going to play the 60-day at a time game. We just can't. We're just admitting the truth. We're telling you the truth. Can you handle the truth? No cruises for a year. No, we're just telling you out now. We're not gonna deceive you. We're being upfront about it. It's sad. Edward, just crazy with Canada. Just crazy. Tom, the Escape and Joy have not even departed yet for the planned return of their staff to India and to, I think, the Philippines. Unless that was all a test to see what happens. I agree. I think they're just accumulating the staff from various ships to get them on the ship and then go. I'm guessing. I don't know, Tom. James, what do you make of the talk about suspending the PVSA for Alaska? I think I've talked about this, James. Where have you been? James, are you not paying attention? Hello, wake up. Edward, we still have tentative October on Celebrity. Who knows? Like your chance. Ruth, will the Jones law change? No. It has to be changed by the Senate and the Congress, and it might take 60 votes. Not gonna do it. The lobbyists in Washington for the shipping Jones Act to stay the way it are there. You don't know these guys, but they take senators out to lunch all the time, and they schmooze with Congress people all the time. There's not a chance that can be repealed. Not a chance. The American shipping industry that services U.S. ports and all the unions that run the docks, not a chance in anything. No, Tom Henry, it should be a relic. It should be a relic, Tom is saying. PVS Act, though. James, Julie Dahl, if a ship is in Canadian waters, then any urgent medical needs will need to go to the Canadian hospitals. Canada just doesn't want to risk it. There you go. You get a ship coming in with 150 positive cases. We don't need the business. Tom, there is a petition circulating. Kirk and I have signed it. Ron Clark, yep, travel with Bruce is done. Tom Henry, will the CDC do something when the current conditional sale order expires November 1? I have no idea. This will want. Foxy is there. Hi there, Foxy. How you doing, buddy? Hello there, Bruce. It's Foxy in Brighton, UK speaking, and it's nice to see you again. I really should be in bed by now, but I thought I would say hello because it is past 1 a.m. in the morning over there. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you. And if you're heading to bed, get a good sleep, please. Jan, don't sign me up to sail on the SS Alcatraz. Ron Clark, no, you can't, says Ron Clark. Whatever that means, whatever that means. No, you can't. All right. Who's this? Keyring. Hi, Keyring. Do you plan on traveling in ways other than cruising? That's a good question. That really is. Cheers, by the way, to all of you. Do I plan on cruising? Or do I plan on traveling with Jennifer other than cruising? Well, what we love to do when we can do it is we love to get in our car, and 3 miles south of town from where I live in Creston is the U.S.-Canadian border. And we love crossing into Idaho, and we love driving down to Las Vegas after a night's stay on the way, spend a couple of nights in Vegas, head over to Phoenix. We have some friends living just outside of Phoenix. They have a house there. We spend 4 or 5 days with those guys, and we eat too much, and we laugh too much, and we just loving life. And then I love going into the Palm Desert, Palm Springs area, and spend a little bit of time there. If we could do a cruise from there as well, we'd figure it out. We'd work our way, get a cruise in, and get back in the car and head back to the desert for a couple more days before inevitably working our way north again, all by car. But I have to admit that that at the moment is off the table. We can't drive across the border. The only way across the border from Canada to the USA is theoretically to take a flight. Commercial flight, they're still allowed. Unbelievably, still allowed. But honestly, until the virus and the vaccines have been, reasonably distributed, we're just not able to do it. We're just not willing to put ourselves out there to do that. We'd really rather wait until the all clear is given, and then we will see. I hope to go cruising again. Yes, desperately. Oh gosh, I have viewers that I want to visit with. But my thought was, if we do a trip where we fly to the U.S. without taking a cruise, and we do a 2-week holiday in the Florida area, then we would arrange a number of meet and greet get-togethers for our Floridian viewers, which I have a ton of. And we'll spend a week in Orlando, maybe, or catch up with Tom Henry and spend some time with Tom Henry, Cindy. I have viewers that I would love to meet, spend some time with. There's all kinds of possibilities, but I want to get back to Europe. I really want to go back there badly. So much to see, so little time. Every month that goes by, you don't get it back. So, Keyring, you got to stay tuned to this channel and stop by once in a while and catch up with us. And as soon as Jen and I know what we're doing, we'll let the world in on it. And hopefully we can get together and kind of go from there. Tom, Bruce was thinking the Stock Markets with Bruce people will join us on a group cruise. They're too young, though, laugh out loud. Well, I got a pretty neat gang of kids over there and of course, some elders. It's an interesting channel. I have to say that it's a different demographic for sure of followers. But I'll tell you, something tells me if I was to announce a group cruise on the Harmony of the Seas or the Symphony of the Seas for a 1-week cruise out of Florida, I have a feeling a whole bunch of those viewers will come on board and join up. I think we could have a lot of fun. That would be kind of neat to mix the viewers together. That'd be a lot of fun. Shane Bardo, the truth could be salty, Bruce. Foxy, don't worry, Bruce. For the moment, there are cruise restrictions, but before you know it, you'll be able to do it again, and it will take time. Just to say, I hear you there, Tom. Hi there, Foxy. Foxy, I know I said it before, Bruce. I'll say it again. Wherever and whenever you and Jennifer are offered the COVID vaccine, good luck with the two of you guys. Thank you, Robert Blend. Hi there. Hello, Bruce from snowy Boston. Do you think I will be able to drive up to Montreal in July? Chris Wong is a terrific guy. I like Chris Wong. I really do, but I would love to have him on my show. I would love to collaborate with the guy. I just can't convince him to want to do it. Robert, can you drive to Montreal in July? What worries me is that no cruise ships can come in. Right now, jets are allowed, passenger jets. But you arrive in Canada by jet, you have to now go into quarantine for 2 weeks. And it's now becoming to the point where you have to have a positive, a negative test result. You might have to show off that you've been vaccinated. By the time July comes, even the drive across the border, you may have to prove that you've been vaccinated and had a negative test in the previous 48, 72 hours. It might still be that strict, or the border is still closed. I just don't know, my friend. I can't say. Sharon, remember to hit the thumbs up button for Bruce. How many we got now? Thumbs ups. I'm showing 124 thumbs ups. You guys are coming through incredibly tonight. Thank you for this. This is a wonderful start to the show. Thank you, everybody. By the way, Bruce, our son is very impressed with your endurance every day. Well, I'm a talker. What can I tell you? I yap away. Sometimes Jennifer tells me to shut the hell up. What am I going to do? Ark, hey, Bruce, nice to see you. We have you on the small iPhone and our St. Louis Blues on the big ass television. Right on, go Blues. Hope you guys are doing well down there. Thank you for joining me. Bruce, check out NTLK. Thanks, MG Dope. They are making hardware and software for cruise ship health screening. This is the last I will say about it. NTLK. MG, thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining me on the other channel, too. Jason Alexander, sponsor member from Kelowna, British Columbia. A chilly 10 below Celsius here. Our coldest day this winter, and it's supposed to get worse by Wednesday. Yes, it is. You're going to be colder than we are, but it's going to get cold. Jen, when all else fails, there's always watchmaking with Grandpa Bruce. That's true. You can always listen to me talk about watchmaking, because I was a watchmaker at one time. MG saying thumbs ups, everybody. Noah, I really want to thank you for all the work you have been doing recently. and informing us with the stock market. It is so much fun to watch and get ideas on which stocks to buy. Thank you very much. Noah, thank you for your kind words. It's a pleasure. I love following it, and I'm having fun trying to keep the endurance level up to do it. So far, so good. And thank you for joining us. Ron Clark, no thumbs ups. No. MG, thumbs ups, everybody. Bullcraft Max. Bruce, how you doing? Hi there, Bullcraft Max. Welcome to the show. I love watching your stock market channel, so I came over to this one. How you doing, pal? Nice to have you here. It's a little less hectic here on this show than on the other channel. We were a week ago when the GameStop shares were just going stupid. We had between 10 and 13,000 people watching at a time. Right now we have 161. We had 13,000 for 5 straight hours. And the comments were just doing this, and I was desperate trying to read the comments as best I could. We had trolls, of course, and we've been getting rid of them, but it was wild. So thank you, Bullcraft Max. Evan's Family Vlog. Hello. Sorry we've not been on here to see your shows in a while. We've been so busy with my furniture store. I hope you're making nothing but money. Lots of money. Make the money, please. And thank you for being here tonight. Jan, Uncle, the info is in the information you gather from asking questions that you referred to earlier. Okay. Rod, 29 below was 38 below this morning. Oh my gosh. Hot Rogers, I can't pronounce that. I came from the stock market channel, by the way. As a financial advisor myself, it's nice to see someone as honest as you saying things I can't do because of firm regulations. I'm now subscribed here too, and click the like. Thank you very much for that. All of you guys who are becoming sponsor members or subscribers to this channel, I love you guys. That is absolutely wonderful. This channel, the momentum has been very quiet up until about 2 weeks ago. For about 6 weeks, we couldn't add a subscriber. We would get 4, we'd lose 4. We get 3, lose 2, get 2, lose 3. Day after day after day, we're just going nowhere. And all of a sudden, the stock market with Bruce channel just went boom, and a whole bunch of folks came over here, and the momentum that you've brought to the channel now is creating momentum through the YouTube analytics. It's incredible. I love it. I'm happy. Arctic Adventures, 19 Fahrenheit in St. Louis with sleet. Sunday will be a high of 7 Fahrenheit in St. Louis, Missouri. Unbelievable. There will be pipes bursting. Make sure your outdoor pipe to your hose, shut that off. It'll freeze and it'll burst. Oh my goodness. There's going to be problems in St. Louis. Jan, welcome. Hot Rod guy. There you go. Jan is saying hi. Thank you, Miss Jen. MG, thumbs ups, everybody, please. Sylvia in the house. How you doing, Sylvia? Hey, Bruce. How you doing, dear? Art guy, greetings from Maryland. Hey, Art, welcome from beautiful Maryland. Home of the President of the United States. No, it's Delaware. Next door. You're next door. Right there. You're right there. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome. Foxy, I'm so sorry if this is a bad question, Bruce. But how surprised would you be to see buses and trains and planes packed with tourists and native citizens once COVID has passed? Yeah, I'm hoping there'll be social distancing protocols, masking. We got to be careful with this. It's not going to just end like that. It's going to linger for a while. Charles Grant, ride the wave, Bruce, here from the Stock Market Channel. Charles, welcome, buddy, to the show, to the channel. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for your kind words. Hi there, Tom Henry, Sylvia St. Fred. Hi, Bruce, 75 in Punta Gorda, Florida. You are killing me, man. You are killing me. I love it. Tom Henry, hi, Sylvia. Noah, pretty sad about Canada closing their ports since my family and I had the cruise scheduled out of New York that went to Maine and Canada. Sad to give it up, but we know it's for a good reason. Paul McGrath, Paul here in Boston. Hi, Paul. I have a voyage on the Queen Mary 2 in July. Any insights on it? I don't like your chances. That's my first initial thought is I don't like your chances, but I will hope for the best. Stay healthy and safe, everybody. Noah, thank you. Cruising on the high seas, Bruce, a donation to you. Hi, Bruce. Here's a super chat for you. You ask, you receive. Thanks for mentioning my new channel that I have started. Did you get my Christmas card? I'm not sure, but thank you for the donation. Nikki, so nice to see folks coming over from Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome, everybody, to the channel. Sylvia, I told my daughter I got to get out of here. Laugh out loud. She says she will drive me within 2 hours, but will not allow me on a plane. Not a chance. Cruising on the high seas, Bruce, you are my first Super chat. Oh, thank you. Art Guy. Thank you, Art Guy, for this donation. I love these. Thank you, everybody, keeping me on the air. Todd, hi, Bruce. Despite everyone's pessimism, I remain cautiously optimistic that my wife and I will celebrate our 30th anniversary on a July 21 9-day cruise on the Escape out of Copenhagen. Well, we'll hope for the best, my friend. First, you got to fly over there, unless you're there already. And then number two, let's hope the cruise is a go. There's a lot to hope for here. Sharon, I can't handle the truth. I can't handle it. Paul, greetings from a sunny 22-degree in Melbourne, Australia, and petrol, $1.33 a liter. This 22-degree temperature, don't think it's Fahrenheit. That's Celsius. That is room temperature, folks. 71, 72 degrees. He's not suffering over there like you think he is. But Todd, we do that cruise on June 24th. Fingers crossed. Sylvia, Tom Henry, that message was for you about my daughter. I don't think she'll allow me on a train either. Sylvia's on a lockdown from her daughter. D. Covey, I have back-to-backs in January 2022. Fingers are crossed. Tom is going, yikes, Sylvia. Wendy, hey, Bruce, congrats again on your show, Stock Markets with Bruce. I really enjoy all your stories. The one with you being the manager today was priceless. Stocks are a marathon, not a sprint. Your stories work so well. Thank you, Wendy, for being there, for being here, and your kind words. Thank you. Dream Paradise LLC, Uncle B, should I sell Carnival and Royal Caribbean if I bought last year, March? Well, if you're up, get out. If you're making money, take your money. Sit on the sidelines with those for a while. They're going to go through some tough times. Arc booked our first ever New York cruise on the Mardi Gras, December 26th. What do you think our odds are? Third booking on Mardi Gras. So third time the charm, because the first two have been canceled. December, 60-40, yes. But I can't be any happier than that. And you give me a couple months and I might be able to revise it, but I don't know. I hope so. Sylvia Tom, she just came back from the mountains of North Carolina and some friends, 26-year-olds. Huh, okay. Tom Henry, Sylvia, getting close for a vaccine yet? Two of each, Mom. What petition are you talking about? Tom is signed a petition to repeal the act that would allow cruise ships to just visit U.S. ports. Tom, or any cruise ships. She seems a bit cavalier, says Tom. Fred, I was the 90th thumbs up for you, man. Thank you for that, my friend. We're now at 133 thumbs ups. I only have 155 watching, so that's a pretty good ratio. That's a pretty good reaction and a pretty darn good deal. Thank you, everybody, for throwing thumbs ups to this show. That is awesome. Jan, Bruce, have you ever taken the train across Canada? No, I have taken the train from Toronto to Montreal, which is about 4 hours, about 80 mile an hour top speed, back in 1973. I haven't been on a train in Canada since the 70s. There are no trains across Canada on a scheduled basis. There are occasionally one-offs that would be done, but they are so expensive you cannot imagine the price. No average Canadian could afford it. When train travel was available in Canada coast to coast back in the 60s and the 70s, a lot of university students and high school students would go across Canada by train because it was subsidized by the government of the time. The rail lines were running the service, but they were being paid by the government to, do it because they had the rail line for the freight, which are making a fortune on. But the lobbyists for the railroads kept going to the politicians, and they would just wear them down, and they would just beg them, please let us off the hook. We just can't, we're not going to invest millions of dollars in new trains, new engines, terminals. We're just not going to do it unless you keep subsidizing it, because it'll never be a profit maker. And the reason it wasn't a profit maker is because they didn't offer enough service. If they offered twice a day, you could leave Calgary, Alberta, and head to Toronto, which would take you 3 days. And twice a day or 3 times a day or 4 times a day, you could go from Toronto to Vancouver. Like, there was scheduled service all the time. People would do it, but the rail lines were not interested. They wanted those passenger cars off to make room for those really profitable grain cars and iron ore shipments, automobiles that would come in from Asia to Vancouver and be railed across the country to Ontario to be sold there. These railroads were cashing in on the freight. They didn't want to offer passenger service, and Canada was not going to do what Europe did and make rail travel a national priority. Wasn't going to be done. Wasn't done in the States, not as a national priority. Regional, yeah. National, no. And so it died. It just died. No politician would be voted out of office if they let the rail die. So without anything to be afraid about, politicians aren't going to support rail in Canada. In Europe, you're a politician in Europe and you want to go against passenger rail, you are voted out of office right now. So they're afraid to touch the railroads, the passenger rail lines. And that's why it thrives over there. Just wait it. Tom, petition to deal with the PBS Act. That's what Tom was talking about. James, wait, does Jennifer plan to go on a group cruise? If so, maybe we could all meet her in the flesh. I've always wanted to meet Jennifer Aniston, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife. You come on a group cruise with yours truly, you get a shot at seeing my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife. I mean, this is so exciting, isn't it? Sylvia, Tom, they are still working on 65-plus-year-olds for the vaccine here. It'll probably be late in the fall before I get mine. I'm not even 64. I'm just a kid. You're just a kid. Thanks, Tom Henry, says 2 of each month. Tom Henry, James, she will probably be in disguise, laugh out loud. Jan, James, she does cruises but doesn't sign autographs. Sharon, you got 120 thumbs up. This is a little while ago. We're happy about that. Bullcraft, what about New Jersey or New York, Bruce? I have taken a cruise out of New Jersey on the Explorer of the Seas with Jennifer, and that was your chance to see her had you only known. Of course, I wasn't a YouTuber at the time. Been to New York a number of times. Love New York. Love that town. It's such a great town. They named it twice. It's such a great place. But if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I find I love the Big Apple, and I look forward to go back someday. I'm 23. I love your Stock Markets channel. Thank you so much. Love you guys for coming and joining it. I'm really glad you like it. Sharon, the Stock Markets with Bruce group is old enough to drink. They would be a lot of fun on a cruise. Yeah. I think that if we had a group cruise and a whole bunch of Stock Market with Bruce people came along, that early bedtime that we were thinking about taking will be off the table. I don't think there will be partying late into the night with some of you folks because you're going to get caught up with these folks. James, I was hoping to take my wife on the Norwegian Fjords cruise this year for our 10th anniversary. Maybe for our 15th year. Hopefully, we'll be cruising by 2026. Let's hope so. Let's hope we can do it before then. Sylvia, Sharon, I have a 26-year-old. She thinks we are the same age, and she drags me with her all the time. There you go. That's good stuff. Laughing out loud, Sylvia. Charles, Bruce, do you have a channel about watchmaking? No, I don't. I don't have a channel about watchmaking. I have 2 channels, but I've talked about watchmaking on the odd occasion. I've talked about it. But I don't have a 3rd channel. Kay Palmer, hi all. Sad about Canada and the shutdown. Ron Clark, I still would like to see how to get into the market tutorial. How to get into the market tutorial. Gotcha. MG Bruce, you get that stock back above 500 and you get a balcony instead of an inside cabin. I'll see what I can do. Tom Henry, go for Haven. MG Toe, go for the Haven. Kay Palmer, the Trans-Canadian rail trip is the best ever. MG Toe, okay, Haven it is. Ron, stock markets needs a couple of moderators. Yes, although we are quite low on volume these days. We've backed off quite a ways, so it's a little calmer now. But, that time will come. I'll figure it out. Foxy, when you mentioned trolls earlier, what's your reaction to trolls and trolling? Well, it is what it is. They're out there, and you deal with them as best you can, and, got to move on. You got to let it go. Lock Bell, not a cruise, but my family had a trip to China planned last February. That didn't plan out either. Julie, hate to gloat, but it's 86 here in Australia. I love you, Julie. Nonetheless, I love you. Tom, Sylvia, if daughter drives you to Cape Canaveral, you could stay with us for 2 weeks. We leave on Sunday. Rocky, Ron Clark, I cannot imagine 38 below Celsius. 40 below Celsius is the same as 40 below Fahrenheit. Yes, they're plus 38. The Australian is whatever, but yeah, 38 below. I've been through that. I've been through 40 below Celsius. Not fun. Not a good time. Brandon, have you ever been to Fort Jefferson at Key West? No, I have not. Jan, I hear you, Sylvia. I'm locked in my daughter's basement with video cameras, even on the door, even in the doorbell. MG, the cruise lines are a buy, in my opinion. They are now beginning to open up in a few months, only up from here. I don't think so. Arc, we took a train in Canada when I was a kid. Just north of Mackinac Island in Michigan. Very scenic. Yes, it is beautiful up there. Ron, I love taking the train from Calgary to Lake Louise and back. Oh, that's one of the most beautiful rail rides you could ever take. Unbelievable. Cruising on the high seas. Bruce, what are your thoughts about the officials of Canada that traveled through the holidays? Well, they didn't break a law, but they kind of broke a political no-no, didn't they? If you don't want to answer, I understand. Yeah, they got called out by the media, and they got made to look really bad. Some of them got demoted. What are you going to do? Caller for you. Hi, Bruce. Here in Titletown, home of the Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay. Congrats to Tampa Bay, and what a game that was. That was entertaining, I got to say. Captain's Table, MDR. Hi, Bruce, from frozen Chicago. I love Chicago. I got so many viewers from Chicago. That town, I love that town. That town loves TWB. Have you been on a Royal Caribbean ship with a Rising Tides bar? No. I'm wondering if you were impressed, disappointed, or just, I've not been yet on an Oasis class ship that has that bar, because our group cruise right here, we were supposed to be on this ship, the Harmony of the Seas, for our group cruise. Just this past December, it got canceled, and it was going to be the first time I would have seen the bar in person. So can't comment. Jan, I was in Vancouver for 2 months last winter, and I was scheduled on the Canadian out of Vancouver on a 4-day trip to Toronto. I arrived at the station on March 14th to find out it was canceled due to COVID. Oh. Isn't that a heartbreak? Isn't that, that is a trip of a lifetime. It's just not right. MG To, thumbs ups for Bruce. Peter, Europe is so far ahead with high-speed rail. I don't think we'll ever see it in North America. Not in our lifetimes. No way. No how. California can't get their line built. And they passed that thing a decade ago, and they still can't get that dang thing done. It is sad. Sylvia, Tom Henry, she is still working, and she said within 2 hours she wants to come with me. She's an Airbnb person with lake house with a hot tub. Jan, they flew me out the next morning, but that wasn't the point. Wayne, should I buy Carnival or NCL stock? Don't buy any of it. John, have you heard about what Azamara new investor group is doing now? They have purchased Pacific Princess. I have heard that. I've mentioned that already. They have bought that ship. They've now got 4 ships, and I wonder if they're going to buy more. We'll see if they expand even further. Jeff Diamond. Jeff, hi, Bruce and TWB, 27 Celsius in Melbourne, Australia. Did you realize 23andMe CEO Ann Woznicki is the sister of YouTube CEO Susan Woznicki? Perhaps your missing ad revenue went into mapping the genome. Did you know that that CEO Ann Woznicki was once married to the co-founder of Google? And Google is an early investor in 23andMe. Did I mention how well connected 23andMe is to unbelievable financing power, and that Richard Branson, who set up the SPAC that 23andMe is going to take over, is going to be the greatest stock promoter 23andMe has ever had? I like that stock. I think that's going to be a winner. Jeff, thank you. Sylvia, Bruce, they are advertising a TV personality here for us to take a train ride in Vancouver, July 16th to 26th. I guess that trip is canceled. I would think so. I don't know if that trip is on. I don't know how that's going to happen. The reason I was asking your reaction on trolls, Bruce, is because I know one YouTuber who will not tolerate trolling, and he blocks them immediately, referring to them as pillocks for his rightful reason. We try to eliminate them as best we can, but it's not easy to do. Would you be surprised to see cruises in 2026, Bruce? Sorry if this is an irritating question. Is there really train travel in Canada for people at all? Very little train travel. It's Eastern Canada has regular rail service, but nothing much in the West but special tourist trains. It's very expensive. And 2026, yeah, I'm sure by then cruising will long be back. The Evans Family Vlog. My goodness, you guys, $49.99 super chat for the TWB channel. Thank you very much for that. That is much appreciated. I hope you're doing well with that furniture store of yours. Sell everything, make a pile of money. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. All righty. Let's see. Also, when you said you had friends who were kids, have a guess how old I am. Only you can guess. I'll give you 5 guesses. Not Foxy. I'm not playing this game. I have an idea because I think you told me already. Sylvia, Jan, daughter bought Ring camera doorbell, and every time I go out, she wants to know where I'm going. I can't even sneak around anymore. Unbelievable. Kiwi, hello from Auckland, New Zealand. About 80 degrees Fahrenheit down here. Fuel is $2.28 a liter. I doubt we'll be seeing cruise ships here this year. I think you're right, my friend. Welcome from Kiwi land. Arc Adventures, your first group cruise was the same day as our first Mardi Gras cruise. We were going to wave at your ship as we passed you, and it wasn't to be. Sylvan, one day in the future, historians will talk about cruising the same way we talk about jousting. There you go. Jen, yep, Sylvia, I'm planning to give my warden a Mother's Day present as I'm feeling more like an overprotected these days. Wayne, do you have any idea what Royal Caribbean's plan B could be? I don't. Sylvia, Jen, laughing out loud. Took the 5th. 8 cruises canceled. We are done. Unbelievable. All right. Now it's time for questions. All right. I've caught up with all of your comments. Now it's my turn to ask you questions. You got to tell me. First question. Have you ever won anything in the casino on a cruise ship? What's the most money you ever won on a casino on a cruise ship? Was it a slot machine hit? Well, how much people? I want to know what's the biggest win you've ever had on a cruise ship. Tell us, share. Is it possible to win money in the casino on a cruise ship? Because I've had one good session once, but not very often beyond that. Let's see what's going on. Foxy's thinking, I think cruising will be around for several years still, man. Anybody win anything on a cruise ship casino? How much did you win? I'd like to know. Here we go. Tom Henry, I won $200 on a key machine. And I know he did because he sent me a photo of that. Where's that photo, Tom Henry? I've got a photo of you holding the cash. I know you won money on the darn ship. I have it somewhere. It might be covered up by now with all these other cards, but I had that card up here with you winning money on a cruise ship. And you made a donation to my channel because it was easy wins. Way to go. Peter Heckema, I won $750. Kiwi, I haven't won a damn thing. Kirk Brunson, I won $50 on a slot machine on the gem. Jan, $75 on a slot machine. What else? A couple of cherries, $2, says MG. Sylvan, $320 at roulette. Nice hit. Kevin once won $500 playing poker. Sharon is saying, nicely done. I've never been on a cruise, so I've won nothing. Laugh out loud. I'm watching your channel because you are a legend, Bruce. I'll tell you, Bull, you want to have fun, you go on a cruise. Nightly shows, casinos, piano bars, karaoke bars, the pools, the hot tubs, the shore excursions. It's a good time. Evan, 0. I suck. I don't win any money. Julie, I won 50% at the bingo jackpot, 3,500 big ones. Well done. I've never been on a cruise ship before, Bruce, but if I ever go on a cruise ship, I'll be able to tell you if I took part in a cruise ship casino. Absolutely. I won a T-shirt. Sharon, he's done better in Vegas, but he does play on the ships too. Sylvan, 217 at blackjack. Rocky, my wife won a whole $24. Nikki, never played. Roger won $25. Sylvia, I found $20 on the casino floor. The winner. Len Dykstra was nowhere near that casing. Arc Adventures, 150 on 3 blue 7s. Probably put it all back though. Rebecca, we won $700 in a free cruise playing bingo. When COVID is manageable, I will get the vaccine someday. I will definitely go on a cruise. You'll love it. Jeff G, I want a bottle of champagne on an NCL slot pull. Foxy, sorry if I did something silly, Bruce, by asking to guess how old I was. That's fine, Foxy. It's all good. Peter, my wife won a diamond ring and a cruise for 2 on the NCL Dawn. Now, that's a win. Okay, question number 2. All right, the truth. What's the best show you ever saw on a cruise ship? What's the best show you've ever seen on a cruise ship? Was it a big production number? Was it just a singer? Was it a magician? Was it a guest appearance? My best show, what I enjoyed the most for me, was my daughter and I were on the NCL Jade for a Mediterranean cruise, and they had the Chicago Second City Troupe on the ship, and every second night they were in the Spinnaker Lounge performing in front of about 300 of us, and we saw them 4 times or 5 times on the cruise, and it was every night a different show. It's all improv. Hilarity. Hell, it was absolutely fabulous. That was the best show I've ever seen on a cruise ship. Ron Clark, I saw Hairspray. Tom Henry, Jersey Boys on the Bliss. Rebecca, the game shows. Those are the best for me. Sylvan, Cirque Bijou on the NCL. Topper, Aladdin on the Disney Fantasy Ship. Kirk, Get Down Tonight on the Gem. Foxy, you'd be surprised to know this, Bruce, but I'm 19 years of age. I'll be turning 20 in June. What do you think I make? What do you make of that? But if you saw what I looked like, you'd probably be surprised. I love you, Foxy. You're hilarious. Jan, a lawyer out of LA speaking about his most notorious cases. Foxy, I terribly regret to sound boastful. Jeff, Jersey Boys on NCL. Kiwi, the James Bond nights on Regent 7 Seas. That must have been fun. Sharon, we've seen some good comics on ships. Virtual Coffee Lab, Mamma Mia on the Allure. Keith Hensley, my favorite show was the Killer Bees adult-only show on Carnival Valor. Evans, I love the live country show on Carnival in the Limelight Lounge. Right on, man. 2 of each month. Hairspray on the Symphony, my favorite show. Ken, Janet won a print on the NCL Sky through Park West Galleries. There you go. Robert agreed on the Bliss. Peter, Aviator show on the Symphony of the Seas. It was a show from the early forms of flight, 1900 to present. I've heard good things about that show. Wes Morrison, the Rat Pack on the Viking Sea. The Rat Pack. Nikki, the Ice Show, 1887 on the Harmony of the Seas. Jeannie, Al Jardin and his Beach Boy group sounded great. Robert Lind, Jersey Boys on the Bliss, 2 of each month. Anything at the Aqua Theater. Do you interact with anyone my age, Bruce, at all? Since you said you have some friends considerably younger than the age you are. Oh, I'm sure I do, Foxy, especially on my other channel. I'm sure I do. Rocky, comedian Rex Haven, could not stop laughing. This guy was hilarious. Arc Adventures, you'll mostly find us at the Alchemy Bar, the best bar at sea, or the Piano Bar. There you go. These are truthful answers. The best show you've ever seen at sea. Okay, next question now. Here we go. What is, oh, hang on, I got some more answers here. Ann Rogers, the Hot Glass Show on Celebrity. That's pretty good on the Eclipse. Yes, the Aqua Theater show on the Aces was fantastic. That's at the back of the ship. Ron Clark, hey, a lot of those shows I have worked on. Captain Stable, the original coasters on the Royal Caribbean Grandeur. And El Gaucho on the Royal. All right. Next question. What's the best upgrade you ever got for a cruise that you've taken where you've been upgraded? What was the original room and what did you end up getting and what kind of an upgrade was that? Let me know if you have anything like that. 2 of each says, love the jazz on the Symphony of the Seas. I love the live jazz. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for all of these comments about these trips and these shows. Okay, now talk to me about your best upgrade. Did you ever get a cruise ship upgrade, and how good was it? Did you ever get anything like that? I'm kind of curious to know if anyone got an upgrade. Yeah, we got more questions coming. More questions. I want the truth. No lying. Tom Henry, I got a balcony to a 2-bedroom haven on the Gem in Bermuda. Now that is an upgrade. MG I never got an upgrade. Upgrades are a scam. Be careful with those. Ron Clark, VY from crew to forward studio, full window. Oh, wow, a full window. Obstructed view to a balcony suite, says Jan. Awesome. Cruise Gun High Seas, Foxy, Traveling with Bruce. I can't see where I work, but I do know the flights are way down. And when I say way down, I'm talking way down to the extent we're sending workers home early. No cruising, no flying. Limited sea view to a mini suite. Took the 5th. That's an awesome upgrade. I have not been lucky enough to been upgraded, says Peter Heckman. Nikki, no upgrades for us. Julie on Holland America, 27-day Pacific crossing from a Vista to a full aft suite. Oh, that's awesome. Antoinette, yes, I got upgraded to an owner's suite on Royal Caribbean. Sylvia, MG Toe, laughing out loud. Kiwi, 11 cruises, never been upgraded. Arc Adventures, oh, and during the day, we're in the Serenity adults only area or the spa. That's a nice place to hang out. Yes, it is. Foxy, I've got to go now, Bruce. This is terribly late over in England now. Time for me to get some sleep. You take care, Foxy, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you. All right, next question. I want the truth. Let's see what we got here. What is the best onshore excursion you've ever taken when you've gone on a cruise? When you've taken a shore excursion, what's the best excursion you've ever been on any cruise you've had? Ann Rogers said never had an upgrade. Carol, upgraded on Viking Oceans to Explorer Suite. Nice. Ron, Owner's Suite has a piano. Nice. Trina Snow, interior room to our first balcony ever. Nice. Kirk, inside cabin with an ocean view, and they threw in 2 restaurants for free. Really nice. Evans, our room flooded on the Carnival Magic in our balcony, so they upgraded us to a suite. Beautiful. Antoinette, I love when I got invited to have breakfast with the captain. Now, I can imagine that would be nice. Upgraded from an inside to a nice window cabin. It happened at the gangway. That's where it happened. Pretty nice. That is awesome sauce. All right, we've got the best shore excursions ever. Costa Rica rainforest says took the 5th, cruising on the high seas, Mexican tasting cooking. Tom Henry, Torres del Paine in Punta Arenas, Chile. He sent me photos, pretty cool stuff. Peter Heckema, horseback riding on the beach. Catalina Outback excursion was the best, says MG. Sharon skipped the excursions in Bermuda. I take the ferry from the dockyard in Hamilton to Hamilton. I can give a tour of Hamilton better than anything the ship can provide. There you go. Cruising on the high seas. Hit. Kiwi, dog sledding in Alaska. I would do it again anytime despite the cost. We have a Facebook user here. Definitely a zip lining tour. That would have been a lot of fun. Welcome, Facebook user. Kate PM, tour of the city of St. Petersburg in Russia. Best tour ever. Ramon, Makuku Kanuko bus in Aruba at night. Very interesting. Jan, to see where Robert Louis Stevenson lived. That was a pretty cool deal. Sylvan Forest, De Palm Island, Aruba. I swam with 4 sharks. Art Guy, the Mayan ruins. That was my best outing. Sylvia took the tour of St. Thomas and went to the mountaintop for the best banana daiquiri. Pretty cool. 2 of each month. Fort St. John's from St. Thomas. I love St. John's. Trina Snow was not a ship excursion, but our own. We rented a scooter in Cozumel and did some of the best snorkeling at Paradise Beach. Right on. Way to go. Grand Cayman Stingray City. Really enjoyed that. Kara Wolf, day safari in South Africa. Amazing. I would bet you it was. Wes Morrison, excursion to Bob Marley's birthplace. Robert Glenn, Skagway train trip in Alaska. Ann Rogers, Pohatu Penguin Rehab in Akoria, New Zealand. That's pretty cool. Julie Dahl, Rainforest Skyway Cairns to Kuranda in Queensland, Australia. Very cool. Nikki, Celebrity Constellation in Thailand. We went to the market with the chef. He picked out supplies for a dinner that night. 12 of us ate and drank for hours. Oh, that would be cool to go with the chef and watch the chef select. Oh, man, that would be great. The best excursion, one of the best that Jennifer and I did, we landed in Grand Cayman, where we used to live. We walked through downtown, where we used to do our banking and pay our bills, and, and then we ended up walking to a car rental agency. We rented a car. We drove our car to where we used to live, and we saw the old townhouse that we used to rent for $2,400 American a month for a 2-bedroom townhouse. In Florida, we could have rented it for $800 at that time. This is 1998. Then we drove to Rum Point on our own because we had a car, and we hung out in Rum Point for about 3 hours and just loved it. We used to go there on the occasional weekend when we lived there full time, and then drove back to the car rental, dropped off the car, and they dropped us right off at the ship, and then boarded the ship, and that was a great day. That was a great day. That was a great outing. Tim Bowman, 2-day excursion at Easter Island. Yes. Ron Clark, damn, wish I could send a photo. Virtual Coffee Lab, Snubs in Cozumel. What does that mean? Scuba in Cozumel. Snuba in Cozumel. Best outing ever. Okay, let's see now. I'm getting ready for another one here. Another question. Arc Adventures, another great time. Mr. Sancho's Beach Club in Cozumel. All you can eat and drink. Great shrimp. Ceviche. Tom Henry sitting on the beach with penguins in Stanley. Was a great time too. Robert Bland, Grand Cayman Submarine Tour. Sylvan Atlantis Submarine in Maui. Another good excursion. Some really cool excursions you can take all from a cruise ship. You think you're stuck on a ship all the time? Think again. I remember going to Italy with my daughter on a cruise. We went and we did Rome for the day. That was an 8-hour bus tour. We had to ride in for an hour and a half. Then we saw the Colosseum. We saw a church. We had lunch. That was all included in the deal. Then we went to the Vatican. Vatican hung out there for hours, and then we took the bus back. What a day! Another great day was on the bus from to Pisa to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa and Florence in one day. Oh, fantastic! A lunch included on that one too. 8 hours. Fantastic. I think we did Florence for 5 hours, Pisa for about 2.5. And then the rest was driving back to the ship. All was stress-free in the bus. They handled everything. Norwegian, they took care of it. Sharon, the Bacardi Distillery near San Juan is a great excursion. You might not remember much of it. Tom Henry, yep. Ron Clark, all of these are hurting now, though. Those are so hurting now. Sylvia, SLG Cements, I did that excursion last January. Sylvan, Italy, wine and chocolates in Italy. Yeah, we had a wonderful excursion that my daughter and I did on the same Mediterranean cruise, Monaco, Monte Carlo, 5-hour tour. Loved it. Beautiful. I wish it was an 8-hour tour with lunch. Really enjoyed that tour. That is a place I want to go back and spend a couple of nights. I would really like to just kind of spend some time. All right, now the next question. Get ready for the truth. Tell me the worst excursion ever. The worst excursion. You've given me the best. Now give me the worst, because it's not all honeysuckle and rose and singing Kumbaya by the campfire. Sometimes these excursions don't work out. Tell me the worst. Cruising the Nile was unforgettable. That's still a good one. Sharon, Sylvia, so much fun. Sunset sailing, 5-course barbecue dinner in Darwin. That's still a good one. Waiting for the worst. Robert Brandt's all-you-can drink bar with fake booze. Right on, MG. There you go. SLG Sharon. Snorkeling in Dominica. The beach was so rocky. It was terrible. Tell me about the worst excursion you ever went on. You weren't happy how much you had to pay for it, what you got for the money. You were not happy. Tell me. We'll see what comes up here. Oh, man. The Robert Brandt all-you-can-drink booze tour that never happened. Oh, my God. MG told laugh out loud. Never meeting Robert Brandt. There you go. Sharon, we also had an awful tour guide in Rome. It wasn't the worst excursion ever, but it was really disappointing. Peter never had a problem. All our excursions have been very good and well organized. MG Toe is laughing. Ron, never happened. Tom Henry never had a bad one, but the one canceled in St. Thomas due to rain, unfortunately. Sylvan, Consumer Jeep, and Fake Maya Mini Ruin, never again. Okay. Took the fifth, says Acapulco tour of the Hollywood stars that were all dead. Arc Adventures, we have had 0 bad excursions, unless we count the Blue Hole in Jamaica where my wife's dad got hurt falling down. Jan, 18 cruises. I've never had a worst excursion. Kirk Brunson, Nassau, Bahamas, walking around. I'm from New York, so I had to man up. Because I'm from the Big Apple, man. Nassau, no fun. Art Guy, knock on wood, no bad excursions. Life is good. Tom Henry, Sylvia, that was a bad day. Sharon, back to the best. Kevin says when he went to the Tropicana nightclub in Havana, that was a good cruise. Cruising on the high seas. I'm hoping to go to Spain in October on the Epic. Hope it goes, but I have a bad feeling that will be canceled. Wes Morrison, in the Bahamas, AC went out on our tour bus. Oh, no. I'll give you an excursion in Colombia where the guide described the passenger as having no life. Much panic. Fortunately, it turned out he had only fainted. He has no life. He's dead. We have a dead passenger. Oh, my God. Ann Rogers, one we took in L.A., tour guide explained what a freeway was. Oh, Kirk Brunson, live on Sylvia. Jason, thanks. I missed a lot tonight between working, watching the Leafs game on iPad, the TWB on the iPhone. There's too much going on here. 2 of each, Paradise Island, Nassau. But these days it sounds pretty good. Nikki, Salvador, Brazil. Too much traffic. Impromptu street parade. Ended up in a marketplace just in time to see a dead body. Tim Bowman, a tour to Gouda. The guide read from a guidebook. Lost 4 guests, and didn't know it. Didn't know where to buy Gouda cheese in downtown. Gouda. I didn't wait for the group to follow her. The fee was refunded. Oh, my. Nassau can be bad, says Roman. Bus tour around the slums of Montego Bay, Jamaica. They all they offer was hands, muffins. Oh, it's bad. Antoinette, have you ever been on a cruise where someone went missing? I was. It was crazy. Sharon, I also don't have many excursion stories because I avoid them. I hate being herded onto buses. Kirk, true story, Ms. Swan. Rocky, in Istanbul, our tour guide lost half of our group because she was walking too damn fast for us old folks. She wanted to get away from you people. She just started walking. Oh, Bruce, what would you recommend as a first cruise? Oh my gosh. 7 days minimum, no less, minimum 7 days. Depends on where you are. If you're on the West Coast, take a Mexican Riviera cruise from LA or San Diego down to Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo, and back. On the East Coast, Miami, 7-day Caribbean cruise. Pick your spots. That's what I'd recommend. Sure. The dead body story in Brazil wins us. And I walked around Nassau like I owned it. Laugh out loud. What happened to you? I owned it, baby. Kirk, nothing but scared the wife a little. My son was fearless. Oh my gosh. Jason, 7-day Caribbean is the first cruise you can take. A guaranteed good time, I'm sure too. Tom Henry, Bullcraft Max, Bermuda is wonderful as well. Yeah, if you can do like a 7-day cruise where you get a private island visit for, say, Royal Caribbean, you get to Coco Key, or you get to go to Haiti, the Labadee private resort there. That's a cool cruise with a few other stops. Yeah, absolutely. 7-day Caribbean or 7-day Mexican Riviera from the West Coast. That's a good way to start cruising. Yeah, dead body is nasty, says Ron Clark. Anton, I miss cruising. I was on a cruise that had to stop and picked up people trying to escape Haiti. Maritime law. We had to pick them up. Bullcraft, thanks, Tom Henry. Tom Henry, we like sea days to enjoy the ship. Caribbean is too port intensive. Yeah, if you can do 7 days but only 3 stops, that's great because then you get 3 sea days, the departure day, the arrival day. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sharon, I agree, Tom. Bermuda is a wonderful destination. It's my favorite place in the world. Tom Allen, Jason Alexander, I have a lot of Brazil stories as a crew purser on Splendor of the Seas in Brazil for 3 years. Oh, my God. Sharon, Caribbean cruises out of Puerto Rico are also great trips. Arc, Blues up 2-1 over Arizona. Great start with a 7-day cruise as your first. Miami, sail, assays are great. Cruising on the high seas, here's a question for you. Have you ever missed a port? Yeah, we did. We missed a port. We missed a port on Explorer of the Seas, leaving Bayonne, New Jersey. It was a gorgeous winter day when we left. It was 60 degrees in New York, New Jersey. The New York harbor was as flat as glass. And we left New York and headed south for our first stop, which is supposed to be Labadee in Haiti, the private resort that Royal Caribbean had. And that night, the captain came on and said, we're running into a storm that has decided to come out to sea from North Carolina. We're going to run right through it as hard as we can to get through it as fast as we can. And it'll be a little rough in the morning. And we woke up the next morning and we were heaving. And I had an inside room with Jennifer for a 9-day cruise. And that was bad because we couldn't see out over the horizon, and it was awful. And we stayed in bed the whole day, didn't get out of bed, survived until the next morning. And then it was much calmer. But because the ship had to slow down, because we were going into 80-mile-an-hour winds at 20 miles an hour, there was a 100-mile-an-hour effect on the ship. The ship had to slow up, and that slowed us down so much we missed the stop in Haiti. And so we had an extra day at sea, leisurely, in warm weather, thankfully. And then we made our way to San Juan, Puerto Rico for our first stop. The rest of the trip was fine, but that's how we missed a cruise. Jeannie, I did not like Nassau. Took some pics and headed back to the ship. That's the end of that. Cruising. A Bones question, have you ever missed the ship? Not me. Nikki, Sharon, it turned out to be the dead body was from the ship. Old guy died. What he loved best? Traveling. Oh my gosh. Arc Adventures sail always. Bullcraft. Yay, I love it when Bruce talks about New Jersey. Robert, 7-day cruise from Boston to Bermuda. Didn't need to get on a plane for that. Ron Clark. I do miss the Splendor, well-run ship. Amen. I can't wait to try the newest Carnival ship, Mardi Gras, just for the roller coaster at sea. Antoinette, I miss the game shows on the cruise. You know how many husbands got into trouble. Yeah. Sharon, Nikki, of all the ways to die, that's not the worst way. Sylvia, a little rough. Tom Henry, I need to get back to Bermuda. Bought a ticket book for the ferry and never got to return. Ron, I missed 2 ships at port. Taxi issues. Matthew Hoffman, $350 roulette. Number 11 came up. 35-1 payoff. That $10 bet gets you $350. Not bad, man. Not bad. Well, there you go. Okay, last question for you. This is the last question of the night, and then I'm shutting this show down because I've been live. This is my 4th live show of the day, and I got to get ready for tomorrow morning for my next live show on Stock Markets with Bruce. Rocky, we love Bermuda too. We have gone 7 times from Boston, plus once from Philly and once from Baltimore. Tim Bowman, we missed many ports over the years. Barcelona was the first, missed many in Japan and one in Russia 2019 due to the typhoon. Took the 5th, says, missed now Willie in Hawaii, glad because he would have wrecked the boat. Jeannie says, we're so exhausted when we got to London, we slept through Peter's Port. Amon, Nassau is the best only if you went to Atlantis. Never seen such a beautiful and huge resort. Sharon, Tom, I have a bus ferry ticket myself. Wes, dead body in Brazil would be a good topic for Kevin Chapman. There you go. Tim Bowman, a 7-day Alaska cruise would make a nice first cruise. Antoinette, you are the real MVP, Bruce. Ron Clark, really, you spend hours on stock markets. Yes, I'll be live tomorrow for 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. Again, all right, the last question of the night. Here you go. The bucket list cruise or the bucket list cruise line you've always wanted to be on. Have you ever wanted to be on a specific ship or cruise line or to a specific kind of cruise? What is your bucket wish for a cruise? Let's see. Do I hear a new Chapman book, says Jason? Sharon, laugh a lot from Kevin, who's currently working on book number 4. Amon, when do you think Carnival and Royal Caribbean will start sailing? Very late this year, if at all. Otherwise, next year. That's my answer for that. Tom Henry, Hawaii to Fiji to Sydney is the cruise I'd like to take. Evans family, I will love to get one of them phone speaker box for my desk. One of these guys right here. These babies right here, the phone amplifiers, they are available. Stephen, would World Cruise or a semester at sea? Arc Adventures, bucket list, Panama Canal, Hawaiian cruise, or the cruise out of New York City. Panama Canal, says Art Guy. That's what I want to do. Arc Adventures and a transatlantic. Julie, scenic with the submarines and a helicopter to Antarctica. Sharon, we're hoping to take Pride of America in Hawaii with our running group cruise, February 2022. Fingers crossed. Ron Clark, anything to Antarctica. Took the 5th. I want to go to Australia. Peter Heckema, a month on the World ship. That's the full-time ship. Kate, bucket list is to go to Greece and Croatia, also New Zealand. Rebecca, Cunard, 3 months. That's good for me. Sylvan, around the world. Sharon, but my favorite ship is the Oasis of the Seas. Hopefully we'll be back on it either this July or next July. Jason, I would say a world cruise, as I've been several places already with 7+ years working for Royal Caribbean. Tim Bowman, bucket list cruise would be a world cruise. We've done most of the rest of the big cruises. Evans, we would love to cruise to Hawaii. Kirk Brunson, my wife wants to go to Israel. I want to go to Australia or Africa. Jeannie, our bucket list cruise was the Panama Canal. We did it in 2018. Jen, Crystal from Quebec City to the Amazon and returned to Miami. I had it booked October and it was canceled. Nikki, Western Australia, up the coast to the Kimberleys to Darwin. Keith, all I want on our next cruise is to go to a different port of call or two. Never met a cruise ship I didn't like. C. Wilson, let's go to Alaska. Virtual coffee lab right now. Any cruise, but what the heck? A world cruise. Jeff, South America with a stop in Valparaiso. Tom Henry, Sharon, we do the Pride of America November 27th. Come and join us. We've got two of each. Mom, Celebrity to the Mediterranean. We were supposed to go on the Allure to the Mediterranean this past October, and it was canceled, unfortunately. There you go. Those are your answers. The truth. I can handle the truth. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for my 4th live show of the day. I really appreciate you hanging around and enjoying my company. I love your company very much. Tom Henry, if I feel greedy, our first 2 cruises were Panama Canal plus a 3rd. Ramon, Bruce, I have an 8-day cruise on Carnival Horizon July 10th. Will it happen? CDC says no more than 7 days. What should I do? They will cancel it. They will rebook you on something else, but I don't think you're going on a cruise in July anyway. I'm sorry to say, Rocky cruise to Bora Bora from Florida via Panama Canal to Hawaii. Ron Clark, I really would like to send my mom on a cruise ship to Alaska. Both trips have been canceled. MG stayed home with an 8K television and a subscription to the Travel Channel. Bullcrap, take care, Bruce. See you tomorrow on Stock Markets with Bruce. You betcha. Guys, I got to go. I got to pack this up. I got to get some rest. Thank you all for joining me today on Stock Markets with Bruce, Traveling with Bruce. Thank you. Those of you who made donations tonight, thank you. Thank you for all of those always. Thank you for visiting with me and sending me very kind greetings. Sylvia, MG Toshi's laughing out loud. Kirk, a nice show. See you tomorrow. MG laughing out loud. Nikki, what fun. Until tomorrow. Good night, everybody, from Tom Henry. Have a pleasant evening. Stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to social distance, wear your mask, get your shots, and do what those health professionals tell you. Don't you get sick on me. Thanks, Bruce. Off to make another video that's coming up tomorrow. You take care, buddy. Jeannie, good night, all. Bruce, we will catch you on Friday. Jeffrey, hi there. Sylvia, Tom Henry, good night. Ramon, get some rest. Ron, hello to Jennifer for keeping you hydrated and fed. Thank God for Jan, which keeps me going. Sylvia, good night, Bruce. SOGC events tonight, Bruce. Thanks for another great show. Thanks, you guys. Pleasant dreams. Have a wonderful evening. Stay warm because the cold air is coming your way. We'll talk to you soon. Cruising in the high seas. Night, Bruce. Evans family. Bye. Virtual coffee lab. Night, Bruce. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys next time. I'll be live Friday for the sponsor members on this channel. Keep an eye for videos. In the meantime, Tim Bowman, our past favorite cruise was Florida to Polynesia via South America and Easter Island. Bucket list trips in Mardi Gras. Arc Adventures, that'll be the best of the best. Sandy Rumson, good night all. Evans, can I get a fireworks show? Night, Bruce, where is the mermaid? I don't know where mermaid is. Let's get a fireworks show in here. We'll say good night with the fireworks. All right, here we go. Here we are. All these cruise ships and fireworks. All right, guys, I'm out of here. We'll talk to you later. Good night, everybody.